Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back to our Lego room. In today's video, we're taking a look at a new track module that I picked up from TrixBrix. It's their hybrid double crossover R104. Really big fan of all the different track modules that TrixBrix releases. I've got a whole bunch of their track modules integrated into our layout here in the Lego room, and looking forward to adding this piece of track here to our new lower layout that we have underneath our main track layout. Now, in addition to the track module itself, I picked up the corresponding ballast plate that goes with it as well. Really love the fact that they offer those ballast plates with their track modules. Makes it so much easier to, get a really nice, smooth ballast done for more complicated modules like this one here. And you can see as we kind of take a bit of a closer look here, really love the coloring and the overall quality that they managed to achieve with their track modules. Now, a few things that really caught my eye for this module in particular. Love the fact that we've got the, at the simplest sort of component here, we have the crossover through the middle, which will allow you to move between two sections of straight track that are moving down through the layout. That on its own is super useful. But I also really love the fact that we've got the option over here at this end to branch out on either side here into a set of siding track. I think this will allow us to do some interesting things. My first sort of hunch is that I'm going to integrate this into the section of the lower layout right before the bridges here. I think it could be an interesting way to branch out from two pieces of track in our small T-junction that we have over here to get out to 4 sections of track on the bridges. Some ideas that I'm considering for getting to the other bridges there, but for the meantime, that's kind of where I'm thinking of getting this integrated into. Now, let's take a closer look at the base plate size of this particular track module, and let's try running a train car through it so you can see the smoothness of the track module, and you can see some of the different capabilities in terms of movement from one section of track to another within the module. So you can see here with base plates laid out around the track module, I think we're looking at basically one base plate wide for the core part of the track here. And it looks like it's about 3 base plates long. When we get to the other end of the module down here, where it branches out into 4 separate pieces of track, I'm guessing it's going to be the one base plate for the core center part here. And then we're probably looking at a half base plate, so 16 studs on each side for the sidings that branch out there. We'll confirm that as we start to hook up various track to this module, but that's kind of the way it's looking. I don't think that should be too bad to get set up and to put all the tile underneath to float that. It should be a relatively small module and relatively easy to move around both here in the layout in our Lego room, but also if we want to take it out to a show as well. Compared to some of the different modules that we have, this is actually pretty tiny. But I think for that relatively small footprint, we should get some really great functionality. So now for sort of demoing how a train car can move through the module, I'm going to add a few bits of track to to both ends of the module here so that we can run a train car back and forth through the module and try out these different switches and see the overall functionality. So for purposes of demoing the functionality of the hybrid double crossover here, we've added ballasted R104 curved track pieces to each end of the module, and we put a couple of small little straight track pieces in there that don't have ballast at the moment, just so that we could get enough track at the beginning and end of the module to easily sort of move the train car through all the different crossover portions, all the different switches. You can see the functionality. Now we're using one of our Union Pacific train cars here, and you'll see as we move through. So right now we're on the inner track here, and we're gonna move down through here, and we're gonna stay on that main line inner track, moving through there. Super smooth. No issues or sort of bumps as the train car moved through there. And then if we come all the way back, really nice and smooth through there as well. Now, next up, if we push that in, so now we'll see, we probably have to flip a couple other switches, but we'll start this way. So we move through, we're gonna come into this, and we're going to cross over to the far siding. And then if we come back, really nice and smooth. Really happy with how smooth that is through there. And you can see a couple of the ways that the train car can move through there. So now if we move that back, then if we come over here, we should be able to move that. I think we'll want that moved as well. So now, if we come over here, we take this turn out here. And if we come back through, back to where we started. So really love their switch mechanisms. Really reliable, easy to use. They work quite well. So super happy with that. So now for this particular siding, the only spot we haven't shown going to is that particular outside mainline track there. So I think we're going to want to put that switch there. And then if we come over here, we're going to want to move through there on that one. And that will take us where we want to go, I believe. So if we back up here, we move the train car in. We move through to there. Oop. And we didn't have the switches set appropriately for going back the other way. So let's move this back here. Get this back on the track. And then if we move that one like that, now if we come back, we move through and all the way back here. So you'll notice that in addition to these main switches here, you'll notice that I went over to, where was it? Yes, it's this middle area right here. There's a little mini switch in there for switching the interior switch. So much functionality in here. It's really cool how they get all the switches to function in all the different parts of the crossover. And like I said, super easy to use the switches, very reliable and super smooth moving the train through these different parts of the track. So now, similar idea if we are on the outside part of the mainline track there. First off, we'll show coming through here. We're right out through the main line there, staying on the main line and not moving. Now, if we wanted to, we can come over here and we can move that like that, that like that. And then the train comes along and heads down there. And then we should be able to come right back through to where we started. Super smooth, easy for setting all the switches. Now, if we want to come across, so we'll move that like that. That's going to bring us out here. And then if we flip this switch right here, and if we flip that one there, let's see what we get here, if we get the right thing. So now we're coming through, we're going through the middle, we're heading off down there, and then when we come back, we're heading back through here, just like we wanted. Now, if we come over here, we can switch back that to the way it was, and we can switch that one back to the way it was. And we can, actually, I think we want that one like that. So let's see. So now if we move the train car through here, we're off on the siding and then going back, right back through to where we started. So really happy with how smooth that is to operate, how smooth it is for the train car moving through there. Really great functionality. Like I said, I think this is going to be a really cool module that will allow us some more interesting ways that we can move trains around our layout here on the lower level. So overall, super happy with our new TrixBrix hybrid double crossover R104 track module with ballast plate. I think this is an awesome piece of track that is going to really give us a lot of great functionality here in the lower part of our layout. Can't wait to get this integrated onto Mills modules. I think it's going to really fit in well down here. Like I mentioned earlier, I think we're going to have this interface with the bridges here on the lower layout. A great way to not only have, trains be able to move from one of the lines to the other one, but the fact that it then branches out into four, I think is going to work really well heading towards the bridges there, and should just be, some great track that we can use in other spots in our layout if we choose, and that should be great for taking out to train shows as well. So really looking forward to seeing how we can use this and really putting it through its paces. I think the test driving of the Union Pacific train car here worked really well. Was happy with how smooth everything was and how easy it was to operate all of those switches to move it around to the different parts of the track module. So overall, another great piece of track that is going to be a great addition to our collection. If you haven't checked out the TrixBrix website, highly recommend that you do. They sell a lot of amazing track modules and other cool items that can work really well around your Lego train layout. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. A lot more track modules that we're putting together that we're going to integrate into the layout here on the lower part of our new train layout here in the Lego room. And lots of other cool videos on the way. So, like I said, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of those. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.